providing resources and comfort to caregivers. This is Caregiver Crossing.
Everybody, welcome. It's called Caregiver Crossing, and we're glad that you're here. And if it's your first time, Caregiver Crossing, this is a show that's brought to you by Joy's House, which is an adult day service. If you're new to our area, 2 locations. Founder Tina McIntosh sits to my right, but this show is brought to you by Joy's House, presented in partnership with Cardon and Associates, and we're here with you every week talking about all things caregiving. I'm Terry Stacy.
Tina McIntosh.
Noah Taylor.
Do you want to know something that you don't normally think caregiving and blank? Oh, let's play a game.
Okay.
What are words you don't normally put with caregiving? What don't you normally associate?
Fun.
Oh, it can be fun.
It can definitely be fun.
Wait, give me an example of what would be fun.
I mean,
I'm talking about fun where it's fun.
Laughing so hard about something that should be embarrassing.
Oh, that's a
but
good
you're
one.
just in the moment.
Okay, I'll take that.
Reminiscing.
That's fun. You're
Singing
right.
and
Okay,
dancing,
I changed my
cooking,
mind.
eating. I can keep going.
To be fair,
All
we
right.
have a lot of fun here at
We
Joy's
have
house.
so much fun
We
here.
do
I
have a
think-
lot
I
of
know.
fun.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. Okay, I take it back.
Oh,
I take it back.
Terry.
Fun is it. You can mention fun. So tell me, what is
Improv.
it? Improv.
Improv. What do you think of when you think of improv?
Well, I definitely think of drunk college kids in a random comedy club.
Are you reminiscing right now?
I wish I was. I was never on an improv team, but
I think it'd be super
But
fun.
comedy,
though.
right?
Yeah,
Like
I mean that's
something- Yeah.
basically what radio is. I mean, you get us some topics maybe, and
We are doing improv.
we basically
I
are.
just- we don't
All
have
right.
a
Well,
script.
here's not. You don't think of like caregiving and dementia care and improv, but
Well,
Noah
no.
brought us a story. You want to hear
Oh,
about it?
I do.
Researchers at Emory in Georgia states are using improv techniques to help caregivers connect with people living with dementia. I love
Well,
this
I don't know
so
if I can
much.
understand it.
Well, let's talk about it.
I would
Noah.
love to talk about it. I mean, I have discussed this a lot, that I am such a big theater nerd, so this is really combining my 2 favorite things here. A recent CBS Atlanta story showed graduate nursing students at Georgia State doing improv exercises like pretending to build with Legos, reacting to imaginary scenes that you might have with your loved one with a diagnosis, and learning how to stay flexible in conversation.
I get it. Terry's looking at us like we've lost it.
I
totally
think
get
I
it.
need to see an
Improv.
example of how this would work.
Okay, all right, let's do it right now. I am not a theater person. You
Okay.
want to do it?
Yeah, I would love to.
Can I be the guest?
Please
Like
do.
the
Okay,
client,
and
the
I'm just
patient,
the
the person with the
audience.
dementia, and you're the caregiver?
Yeah.
Okay, you're looking at your script like it's in there. It's not. We're improving right
Okay.
now.
Okay.
I want to go home. I want to go home. I need to go home now.
Okay. Yeah, we can absolutely go home. Can we stop at the pharmacy on the way home and get you a treat?
What kind of treat?
Oh, how about this? Would you like a candy or a drink?
A drink. I want a drink. I want a
Okay.
drink. I want to go get a drink.
I'm not good at this improv, but I was trying to offer you an A-B choice there.
Yeah, and here's the other thing that you would do with somebody living with dementia is okay, let's flip it.
Okay.
I'm probably not going to be good either. All right, you're the guest. You start.
Okay. I mean, can I use the same?
Sure.
Okay. Well, I need to leave right now, and I need to go home.
Oh, Mr. Noah, I hear you saying, tell me if I'm right. I hear you saying that you want to leave right now and go home.
That is what I'm saying.
So tell me what it is that you're going to do when you get home.
Oh, I haven't thought that far ahead. I'm feeling like maybe I can lay down and watch my TV when I get back home.
That sounds so good. I would like to be on a couch right now, laying down and watching TV. And what do you like to watch? What makes you happy that you watch on TV?
Oh, what makes me happy? See, now I'm thinking about my favorite TV shows. I love It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Can we watch that when we get back?
Absolutely. You know what? I actually might be able to get that on the television in the other room. And let's go in there and take a look.
I'm
and
so
I've got
excited.
a blanket. You want to
Yeah.
get a blanket
I'm
on the way?
Noah's friend,
Are you coming with us?
and I was wondering what's going on here.
Oh, we're going to go in the other room. Grab a blanket. Come on in here.
Well, I like to go to the cafeteria. It's Fish Friday.
I have fish in the other room. Let's go.
Prove it.
Follow me. Sorry, I wouldn't say that. No, here's what I do love, though, because being a caregiver, we know we have to improv things all the time. And it is Gentle manipulation, little white lies, those things definitely I know come into play. But I think the longer I've been doing this, the more I'm finding I don't even have to use those tools as much as I used to.
Yeah.
It's about redirection. It's about confirming with the person, like, I hear what you're saying. I mean, we're being kind of silly in this example, but it is that, right? I hear you saying you want to go home. Instantly, you're with me, not against me.
Yeah.
And tell me what it is you're going to do when you get home. Or maybe if we were in the car right now, what is something we would drive by that would make us smile? And trying to get them out of the negative and into the positive. So I know you've got more to the story. I don't want to derail us.
Yeah, absolutely. So the program really does teach caregivers to respond with improv principle, yes. And this means what you're saying, accepting the other person's reality and building from it, not denying their reality. Sometimes you have to gently accept that this is their reality, and you have to kind of follow and play along like some improv.
I've said this so many times before, Terry. This might be
I know
what you were going to say. Like if a 99-year-old woman says,
"That's it.
My mom is picking me up," I will never say to her, "Well, your mom died 36 years ago."
Yeah.
And I hear people do it all the time. Mom, you
Stop
know
doing
that
that,
grandma is
please.
dead. Don't you remember we went to her funeral?
That doesn't help. That does not make that person feel any better, because now they're like, well, maybe I don't remember, and you put a whole new. Just let it go.
Right? So instead,
Just let it
it's
go. Don't
tell
argue.
me something great about your mom.
Right.
Tell me something.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
want
Just
your
go
mom? Your
along
mom's
with
going to
it.
pick you up for dinner. What do you think she's going to make?
Yeah.
Like, get into their reality
Yeah.
and talk.
What do you like doing with your mom?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So
You just go along.
All right. What else is in here that we need to cover though before we're going to run out of time? Because I made you improv.
Well,
But it was good though. I understood it, and it went better
did
when
understand it?
when you showed
Okay.
the example of what they're doing. I love it.
I feel like we talk about this a lot. Like when you're discharged from your doctor, rehab, whatever service you're using, dementia care is often described in like very clinical language. And often that is hard for caregivers, family caregivers, to understand this language. So I think the idea of doing this improv really makes it easier for caregivers and our loved ones to picture what these moments might look like. Instead of just reading, text on a discharge paper, you can actually act out some of these moments to be more prepared for when you have these moments with your loved ones.
I also want to empower you listening that when you're in that hospital or that medical setting and they say something you don't understand, it's perfectly fine for you to say, actually, Terry, can you say that to me a different way?
Yeah. Oftentimes when I've gone through something like this, I say, talk to me like I'm a first grader.
Yeah.
Can you just explain it to me like I'm a first
But
grader?
even at that, I'm
And-
still feel like, why are you using so many big words? A first
Yeah.
grader can't understand that, right?
I just need you to just kind of, if you will, dumb it down for me.
Yeah.
Act it out for me.
I say it a lot. Can you
Yeah.
say it a different way?
Yeah.
And yeah, you're right. So, but I will make people act it out from now on.
I think we should.
Like all the doctors. Can you please act that
Yeah,
out for
act
me?
it out right now.
Because you know they
Improv
got a
right
lot
now.
of time for that.
Right. No, it's going to work really well. All right.
We gotta take a break.
Nope.
Yep, got to. Yep, take it out,
You
Noah.
can find past episodes of the show at joycehouse.org and be sure to like and follow us on Facebook. If you'd like to connect with us to discuss show topics, need help connecting with resources, have a question that you would like for us to answer right here on air, or just want to say hey, you can reach us at joycehouse.org. And you're listening to Care.
Don't let high golf rates drive you out of bounds. Save big with the Wish TV Great Golf Club card.
Central Indiana's largest golf club card membership is back for the 8th season with more courses than ever before. Save over 75% on tee times at 27 Central Indiana golf courses. All you need is the Wish TV Great Golf Club card. Cards are valid for the entire 2026 golf season.
Great courses, great savings. Score your Great Golf Club card today.
Caregiver Crossing, a show designed for family caregivers and the people who love them. Caregiver Crossing is brought to you weekly by Joyce House in partnership with the wonderful Cardon and Associates. We're here every week to bring you support, education, and hopefully a good laugh. Visit joycehouse.org to connect with us, hear past episodes, learn more about caregiver support resources in the community, and much, much more. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with more Caregiver Crossing shortly.
We're back on Caregiver Crossing. I am your co-host, Tina McIntosh.
Hi,
in
Tina.
studio with
Terry, Stacy.
and
Noah Taylor.
And we won't make her introduce herself, but we do have Rachel Nelson, who's the executive director of Home Repairs for Good, with us in studio. And she and her team, they focus on helping homeowners stay safe in a place that means the most to them. And so they do, critical home repairs and accessibility improvements. They do stabilization projects, and they help people stay in their homes with dignity and security. We're happy to have you here, Rachel.
Thank you. Hello.
For people who might not know Home Repairs for Good yet, can you start by explaining what it is that the organization does and who you serve in our community?
Of course. Home Repairs for Good actually began in 2013 under the name NeighborLink Indianapolis. And our mission has stayed the same. So our mission is to help older adults and persons with disabilities to age in place safely and with dignity. We do this by providing free home repairs at no cost to the homeowners. And we use a variety of services. So our volunteers, staff, workforce development trainees, as well as subcontractors. And we ourselves are a general contractor as well as a not-for-profit.
I think, seriously, I've talked about you on the radio for a while now because I think it's just an amazing thing what you all do. How big are you? You're very small, aren't you?
Well, we have been growing. I have a team right now of 16, and we are hiring for one more.
Okay. All right. Listen to that because you're doing such great things. So what does that mean to be able, what does a home need to be able, for a person to be able to age there safely?
Yes. So on general, for a person to age safely, they have to, one, be safe in the house. So the house has to be secure, safe, watertight, weather-tight, the basics, you know. The second thing is they have to have mobility. They have to be able to navigate their home independently. And then they have to feel comfortable where they live.
That sounds very simple, doesn't it? But it
does.
just doesn't always happen that way, in the sense that sometimes the homes deteriorate as we age and are not as able to
Yes.
keep up on the house, and it goes quickly. The house can age quicker than we can.
Absolutely.
sometime.
But those three things, I hear them and I'm like, yes, nailed it. I mean, so making sure that it's got a, what'd you call it? What tight?
Watertight.
Watertight.
Watertight, weathertight, yeah.
Yeah, which all makes sense.
Mhm.
Mobility. So many people overlook that or have homes where they're like, I don't go in the basement anymore.
Right.
Or I can't get to that bedroom.
Yeah.
I can't get my wheelchair through there,
Yeah,
whatever.
Right.
But the comfort part too, sometimes I feel like that gets overlooked. Do you find that in the work? Not from you,
Yeah.
but in the world.
I have found that older adults have this amazing ability, whether it's the people that we serve or other, that when it comes to their home especially, they just learn to adapt. They're very able
I
to
really
just,
do get that.
Yeah. And you made mention of someone who wouldn't go into the basement. Well, that's, you know, they just sort of cut that out. Like, okay, well, in order to be comfortable and safe in my home, I'm just not going to go
But
in the
then there's
basement.
mold and mildew in the basement,
Correct.
right? From the leak. And,
Correct.
I mean, so how do people find you?
So to get free home repairs, we serve those who are 62 and older or have a disability, and they are living on or less than 150% of the federal poverty line. So that's about 30% AMI, if you're more familiar with that language. Very, very low income. They find us through their health partners, community development corporations, neighborhood associations, and then 211 is a huge refer. And then we also do not stop services. We understand that as a person age, so too does their home, to your point. And so we are their age in place partner. And so they come back to us frequently. And then, of course, word of mouth.
How busy are you?
Very.
Especially spring comes
Yes.
up, and this is the time.
Yes, correct. Like we have a gutter team going out this weekend.
Wow, you are busy.
Yeah.
I'm sure. When your team first visits a home, what are you looking for?
Yeah. They essentially have been told to come to that home by that homeowner, and there's always at least 2 repairs sort of on our list at all times from that
Okay.
homeowner. As soon as one repair is done, they can add on another one to the list. So every year we do have to get their waiver signed and sort of a general check-in kind of a thing. And so they'll go to the home and assess the repairs that that homeowner has requested at that time. But they're also assessing person, so person and place. They are assessing to make sure that that person is still good on the aging at home front. You know, it may be they walk in and they discover it is really cold in here, and that homeowner just never mentioned the fact that their HVAC hasn't been working for a while. And so they'll say, okay, well, maybe we should address that too. Let's triage your list here. They may also discover that maybe the homeowner could use additional assistance, something beyond our care. You know, maybe they do need someone to come and help clean the home. Maybe they are apparently very lonely and need some social interaction.
Yeah.
And so we work to kind of refer them to those different partners that we may have to see if there's other things that we can do to support them in their aging in place.
And what do you recommend for people who are visiting with their family members? What can they be looking for? Because common folk are not as trained as you and your team are.
Yeah. One of the biggest things that you can kind of identify is, again, I'll go back to that basement standpoint. As soon as something in the home they have found a workaround for, that's sort of a key indicator that maybe something's not quite right. Maybe they've pulled an extension cord out and they're using that for something. Well, why? Is there an outlet that's not working? Did something spark and they just didn't want to bother you? What are those things that they've adjusted in their habits that could give you insight that maybe something isn't quite right? Another thing that's really boring that people overlook are gutters. If a gutter is bad, that can cause some major damage.
It sure can.
Yeah.
I mean, I only know that for myself.
Right.
I don't, and I'm getting closer to what is considered a senior citizen, I think. But those things just happen, and you just don't pay attention. Do you come in? You do look. They may say, "I need this done and this done," but you are also assessing everything to make sure that it's safe, right?
Yes. A lot of times, it also depends on the repair. So it may be someone that we've had on our list for a while, and so they're just asking for help with a leaking pipe or something that we already are familiar with their house. We're probably not going to do a whole home assessment at that point. But if we walk up to the door and we see that this could be a major need, we are going to do a whole home assessment. So it may be actually identifying what are some major issues here that need to be addressed quickly.
Okay.
I love the work you're doing. How do people actually get a hold of you?
So the way that we designed the program, the founders actually designed this to where homeowners will call. And so they will call our main line, leave a message, don't have to talk to anybody if you don't want to, leave a message, and then we call them within a day, if that.
Okay. Mobility is such a big part of this.
Huge.
Mobility. And so what will you, but kind of define what you will do to help that person become more mobile in their home?
Yeah, if it's a mobility issue, we are certainly making sure the little stuff, grab bars, threshold ramps. We will do ramps and handrails. There's another great organization out there called SAW, and they do ramps, only ramps. They're another one to keep in mind, but we focus on Marion County and making sure that person can safely enter and exit their home. There are also little things like levers, doorknob levers.
Yes.
A lot of the older homes that we're working in, if they're the crystal doorknobs, those are so hard to turn.
I didn't think about. I swear I've never thought about that. Tina probably has. You guys have, but I've
never
look around.
About. So this it's the intentional stuff that, like, when we design Joy's house, and we get a lot of attention, from other adult days for the little tiny things that we did.
Yes.
That you might not notice, like a ramp. I mean, you'll notice a ramp, right?
Right.
But the levers and things like that. Speak to a couple more of those, because I think those are brilliant.
Yes. So for a bathroom, making sure your toilet is raised a little bit. It's an easier transition into that toilet seat. You're making sure if a person has a wheelchair or they're using a walker, that the doorways are wide enough to get through. We've had instances where we've had to help someone reconfigure their kitchen bathroom because they suddenly were in a wheelchair and they couldn't make it down the hallway to their bathroom. It's just things like that, in addition to the little, just making sure that you yourself can have dignity when you're doing those day-to-day operations.
Wow.
Another one I would throw in there, if it's possible, make sure like a bathroom door where there's no other exit swings out instead of swinging in. Because if you fall up against it, I can't get in to help you.
I didn't even think about any of those things. I think those are great for us to know. If we are still, whoever we're caring for, that we can make some of these little changes.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
I do want to talk with you about maybe doing some videos, some content on Caregiver Way, which is an online caregiver portal that we have for educational content.
Oh,
These
absolutely.
are great tips that we should be sharing with, tens of thousands of people. So I know we need to take a break. Rachel is going to stay with us. She is the Executive Director of Home Repairs for Good, and we'll be back here in just a moment.
You're listening to Caregiver Crossing, a show designed for family caregivers and the people who love them. Caregiver Crossing is brought to you by Joy's House in partnership with Cardon and Associates. With 20 communities owned, operated, or managed in the Midwest and more than 40 years of senior living experience, Cardon and Associates provides residents with the best senior living options and personalized service. Visit cardon.us for more information and to find a community near you. Stay put, everybody. We'll be right back with more Caregiver Crossing.
Welcome back. It's Caregiver Crossing. Terry Stacy along with Tina McIntosh and Noah Taylor here producing the show. In studio, we've been talking to Rachel Nelson. She's the executive director for Home Repairs for Good. And we just love what you're doing. Thank you for sticking around with us for a minute. A lot of homeowners that you work with are living on very limited incomes. How does that affect their ability to keep their home safe and maintained?
Yes, low incomes are a huge challenge, as is the fact that many of them, those that we have worked with because of our qualifications, they've outlived their loved ones, their spouses, their partners, the people who would typically help them to do some of the simple maintenance tasks. And once you get to the point where that simple maintenance task has been neglected for so long, it then becomes a huge issue. You know, we were talking about gutters, and if you take a gutter and it begins to pull away from the house and it begins to have water come into the house and then the roof starts to deteriorate, obviously you can see where that is just an enormous just progression of issue.
Yeah, Rachel, before I go any further, and I should have done this, is that explain what you all do.
Oh, sure.
To those that might just be tuning in just now and didn't catch that first hour, Home Repairs for Good. Explain what that is.
Yes, Home Repairs for Good is a nonprofit organization that is also a general contractor. We essentially act as a general contractor for free home repairs. We serve Marion County and older adults, people with disabilities who own their home. We use volunteers, staff, tradespeople, and subcontractors.
So great to let you continue to live independently.
You mentioned home stabilization. Can you tell me what that means?
Yes. So when Home Repairs for Good started, it really focused on those smaller repairs, basically repairs that $4,000 or less into a home. That's what we consider small repairs. Anytime we are spending more than $4,000 in a home, we're going to be calling that home stabilization. For our organization, what that looks like is a new roof, a new HVAC system, a water heater replacement, could be all those things in one. Typically, these are much more complex repairs or a grouping of complex repairs.
Okay. Things that would
Big
depreciate
repairs,
over
so
time.
How are you funded? How do you do this? Do you do fundraisers? How do people know to help so you can continue this mission offering it for free?
Yes. So I will say Indianapolis is unique in its ability to support not-for-profits. So we have had a lot of private foundations giving us grants. We do, I will say, live paycheck to paycheck on an annual basis. So we are not yet considered a stable organization. That is something we are actively working towards. So we absolutely accept donations.
And what's a website?
Yeah.
Our website is homerepairsforgood.org.
All right. So story time. Can you share a story about a homeowner whose ability to remain in their home changed after you all came in from Home Repairs for Good?
Yes, I can give that. And then I will also give a very clear example of where we can come in and help too. We were contacted by the daughter of a homeowner who she was very distraught because her mother could not return to her home because she could not have easy entry into the home or out of the home. She was coming out of rehab from having a stroke, and this was after a series of strokes. She was still easily going to be living a much longer time. She's still living today, but she wasn't going to be able to return home until she could actually wheel herself in there. And so we took this upon ourselves to make sure that we would go out and do the ramp, but we also noticed that her roof needed to be replaced. And so in order for her to even be able to come home, we made sure we replaced the roof. We took care of the ramp, and then we, of course, cleared up the yard because you have to be able to see and navigate your yard easily. And so that was one thing that we were able to do to make it better for that family to be able to have their mother come home. They were not satisfied with her staying in an institutionalized care, and she certainly wasn't of an age where she was okay with that, even though she had had this stroke and was no longer mobile in the same way.
I just think about the idea of coming home.
Yeah.
We take it so for granted, those of us who have a home. And how many times you've been on vacation or just even a little road trip, or you've had a hospitalization or whatever it is. And I don't know, a long day at an art fair, whatever, like you could go to different places in your mind, but I just want to go home.
Yeah.
I just want to be in my own home.
Yeah. And most of the time, are they allowed to still stay in the home while you're doing the repairs?
Most of the time, yes. We just recently finished a bathroom renovation project where she, for the most part, would stay with a sister or a family member. But we also made sure she had a porta potty on site in case she was staying lengths of time at her own home, because home is home and sometimes you just prefer to be home. And so we wanted to make sure we could support her whichever decision she wanted.
Yeah.
What are the most common repairs people need?
I don't know if I could pinpoint a most common.
Okay.
I would say the most common that we are typically out there doing are something related to accessibility, or it is core utilities. So electrical, plumbing. Plumbing has been huge.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, think about how many plumbing things go unnoticed. And then if you also can't address them,
Well,
you kind
yeah.
of shut the door and not notice them. And
Oh, boy.
that can really exacerbate itself.
You do not want to mess around with water damage.
Or electrical. Really
no, that's
anything
no.
within
Bad.
anything within the
Damage.
walls.
You need
Yeah.
a professional for it.
Yeah. This
know-
is
go ahead.
Rachel Nelson. She's executive director of Home Repairs for Good, and they have been doing so. How many years?
Since 2013.
Since 2013, and this is a free service for those that need it. And again, criteria-wise, who fits into that category that could maybe get the free services?
Sure. So we provide free home repairs for older adults who are 62 and older, or those who have a disability, who own their home, live in Marion County, and are living at or below 150% of the federal poverty line.
Okay, it's just that simple. Workforce development. I know this is an important part of what you do. Explain that a little bit.
Yes. So almost 6 years now, we were brought into a workforce development collaborative. And so this was called the BY Plus program. We provide the hands-on work experience to this program. And in that hands-on work experience, we are making sure that they understand safety, how to properly use tools, and then take that knowledge onto the job site of one of our homeowners to be able to do some very complex repairs. So these are teams of about 15 trainees at a time, led by our team, our staff, to make sure that they're re-siding houses, they're hanging up new gutters, they are rebuilding accessibility decks. They are doing some big things that would cost a huge amount of money. And so it is helping us be able to achieve our mission. And likewise, it is giving those
Absolutely.
trainees some really key information on how to do this. We are also incorporating a sense of soft skills, like understanding the expectations on a job site. No, you can't play on your phone. Yes, you are going to be safe with this tool. You are going to listen to the people that you're with. And it has become such a key part of who we are in getting this work done. But it has also given the ability for those trainees, many of whom come from the neighborhoods that we're serving, a chance to say, oh, I could take my skills that I'm learning to my aunt, to my grandmother, to my parents, which is wonderful to see.
How do
my
they get into the
gosh.
program?
So for BY Plus, they actually enter.
That's the
Uh-huh.
cohort.
Yep,
Yeah.
they enter through the Indiana Construction Roundtable Foundation.
Okay.
They have a website. They can register online. It is a free program. And they either can choose I think it's a 6-week course, or boot camp, which is more concentrated.
You've thought of everything to make this work, and everybody wins.
Yeah.
Everybody.
This was such an advantage to us that we decided to create an in-house one that takes it in a more advanced sort of way. And with this, we're also able to approach jobs for other organizations, and then they can pay us. And that is one of our sustainability efforts.
Love that. How long have you been there?
So I actually started volunteering for the organization in 2015. Quickly found myself on the board, since no one in the organization at that time had not-for-profit experience, which I did have, and sort of helped them craft sort of the foundation from that not-for-profit side, and then took a paid role in 2020 and executive director in 21.
I think Rachel Nelson made to be the executive director for Home Repairs for Good. Thank you for everything you do.
Yeah. And again,
Everything.
how do they
Thank
find you?
homerepairasforgood.org.
Okay.
Wonderful.
You're awesome.
Thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you.
You're listening to Caregiver Crossing, a show designed for family caregivers and the people who love them. Caregiver Crossing is brought to you weekly by Joyce House in partnership with Cardon and Associates. We're here every week to bring you support, education, and hopefully a good laugh. Visit joycehouse.org to connect with us, hear past episodes, learn more about caregiver support resources in the community, and much, much more. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with more Caregiver Crossing right after the break.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Caregiver Crossing. We are so glad you're here for a few more minutes anyway. I'm Terry. This is Tina. Noah is obviously here and producing today's show. Hey, it's National Poison Prevention Week, and it goes through the 21st. Poison emergencies. Do you all remember when you had that
I do.
scary skeleton head? Wasn't it a skeleton head that was
No,
on?
it was the green.
Oh, yeah. What was that? It was a sticker. Mr. Ick or
Mr.
Mr. Poison, Mr.
I know it. I'm
He
going to
was
look it up. Mr.
green?
something. He was a green little sticker you put on things that were poisonous.
Yeah.
I
Before
have
your
no
time.
idea what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Well,
right
this
now.
was kind of one of those things that it was a public service type of announcement, but it really stuck with me because you could see. I mean, I remember the green sticker.
I don't know that. Mr.
That's it.
Yuck. Mr.
It
Yuck.
was Mr. Yuck.
Oh, that's a cool guy.
He's a cool
Why don't we
guy.
use Mr. Yuck anymore?
I don't know if he's still there. I've never seen him
He
in a
got
long
very
time.
expensive
But
to
he
print
was our
stickers.
warning that not to get involved with whatever he was on.
Don't drink that.
Don't drink that.
Don't eat it.
And really, these are simple mistakes that happen. A child finds medicine, a cleaning product gets mixed, gets mixed up. A confused older adult might take the same dose twice.
Yeah, it's really actually very scary. And there is, Noah, you looked up information. There is a free resource at the Indiana Poison Center. Is that right?
Yes, the Indiana Poison Center is based in Indianapolis. Every city has their own poison control, but this is a free resource open 24 hours a day, all the time, 365 days a year. That's 1-800-222-1222. And this, I think people think you have to wait for an emergency to call poison control, but really, anytime you have a question about something that's been ingested or taken, call before something
Yeah.
crazy happens.
I
All
agree.
right. So here's the thing. When my youngest daughter Georgia was little, I called poison control so often that I should have been probably
You were
checked
in
out
an
by
immediate
CPS.
speed
I think my
dial.
mom did
I'm
too.
not kidding you. Like I remember what was kind of the straw that broke the camel's back is, those cute little like at Easter time, you have all the little jelly stickery kinds of things that go up on windows and
Yes.
the sliding glass doors,
Yeah.
and they're cute, right?
Right.
Oh no, Georgia ate them.
Because they
I-
look like
So they
gummy
were really
candy,
cute.
right?
I'm here to tell you, they're not poisonous. They're just a choking hazard. She was fine.
Oh.
My son ate the tine off of a fork once at Chuck E. Cheese during a birthday
A
party.
plastic fork?
Yeah,
Okay.
I said, Webb, where's the rest of the fork? And he goes, in my belly.
That's kind of
It just broke
impressive.
off and he ate it. I had to dig through that kid's poop for like days.
You're such a good mom.
Well, I mean, I did let them eat the things.
Well, yeah.
But and I mean, really, that was hazardous because it was pokey.
Well, yeah.
But poison control, they never judged me.
They
They
know,
just
You know what?
helped
they told
me.
my mom. My mom called when my sister ate a bar of soap, and called
Also
poison
mother of the year.
control.
Yeah.
And the answer was to my mom, "Is she bubbling?" and mom said, "No,
I'm not feeling
she'll
bubbly.
be okay."
What is she
Out the
bubbling?
mouth? Out the is she
Her
frothing?
skin?
I think it just made the lady laugh that answered poison control, and that was her witty comeback. Was is she
That's really
bubbling?
cute.
I'm sure they've heard some crazy things. I've been told this story many times, but I actually drank paint thinner when I was a kid.
Oh, now that's terrifying.
That's bad.
Noah
I mean,
Taylor.
I don't know. I feel like I'm fine, but maybe something happened to me
What would
when I
entice
was a
you to
kid.
even because that smells bad and
I
everything.
don't know. I was too young to really remember, but
Oh
it
my
must have looked like a
gosh.
juice box or something to
Oh
me.
my
Well,
gosh.
this is part of the problem we're having with our aging society too, particularly when you
Yeah.
throw in a dementia or something like that, because people get often confused and things. Maybe our sense of smell doesn't work like it used to, and therefore our taste doesn't work. But if it's in something that looks like a juice box, you should drink it,
Yeah.
right? And Mr. Yuck is not around like he
No.
used to be. I mean, and I'm not making light of that. Like there, it could be confusion. It could be the poor labeling. It could be that things look harmless. I mean, I took somebody for a tour at Joy's house this week and was telling them that in our garden in Broad Ripple and at UND locations for Adult Day, that we are very careful about what plants we have out there. Because a rose is very pretty, or, not a rose, but a flower that's poisonous might be very pretty and it might smell good, but you're not supposed to eat it. Or it's bad if you're diabetic to eat an elderberry or, whatever. And so, I think people often get confused or it looks enticing, therefore I must eat it.
I think
We used to, at Joy's house, do, sorry, Terry,
no.
a scent therapy where we would have little like votive kind of candles and you would smell them. We'd pass them around. What does this smell like? Ah, Christmas. Let's talk about Christmas. What does this one smell
that's
like?
A great idea.
It smells like grass. Oh, did you used to like to mow the grass, right? It brings back memories. People would eat them. Smells like a chocolate chip cookie. Guess what I'm going to do?
I'm gonna take a bite.
Yeah.
Go ahead. You had a thought.
I just had a thought, and this is just because it's occurring even for me now, and that is, I can't read the labels on anything anymore. I can't.
Yeah.
And so I'm just deciding on my own a couple of times. Well, it's got to be, I got to take 2 pills. I got to take 1, which is so wrong. But it's just that I
My
can't even.
mouth
with,
is like open,
I
staring
know.
at
I
you.
mean, these are minor things.
No,
I mean,
I
they could be.
understand.
And I'm not taking anything that could harm me.
Right.
But I don't know how that the people can make these labels easier for people.
Well, they're going to have to start to make bigger font and to pay attention to the coloring. Like I see things that have like a yellow font on them. With any eyes, really can't read that, particularly aging eyes.
Yeah.
Or white
Yeah.
on,
Yeah.
even white on black. It's really hard to read those kinds of things. But that the only way that's going to change is when
Well, the bottles would have to get giant.
well, and the people who are making the decisions are starting to have the problems.
Well, you're
Until
right.
then,
That's
nobody
true.
pays attention,
That's
right?
that's how Caregiver Crossing started.
But exactly.
It was the need of a program director. He became a caregiver for his parents, and he said, "There's got to be a show
yeah,
like this."
that's right. It was called Sandwich Generation.
was.
Back in the day. Look at us now, Caregiver Crossing. Noah, Terry,
Came out of need.
me. So I think Noah's point, though, is the one that we really need to drive home,
Right.
and that's if you think your loved one took something, seek medical care.
Yes.
Call Poison Control here in Indiana. They are open 24 hours a day, every day of the year. Again, that number is 1-800-222-1222. 1-800-222-1222. A lot of twos. Call 911 if you have to. Get to the hospital
Yeah.
if you think it's really something bad. So I didn't really realize we had a National Poison Prevention Week.
Good thing we do.
I'm glad to know about it, and I hope to not have to make any calls anytime
I hope
soon.
so too, especially not for any kids eating some weird stuff.
Yeah. All right. What else?
I think we've got to go. We've
No.
got to go.
Nope. We're not going.
No, we've got to go. But it's been fun seeing
I don't
you.
want to go.
I'm
We'll be
sorry.
back. We'll be
I'm
back
sorry.
next
We're
week.
closing. We're closing the show. We'd just like to remind our listeners that they can contact us for more information and resources to help you through the journey of caregiving at joycehouse.org. Caregiver Crossing is supported by Cardon & Associates with 20 communities owned, operated, or managed in the Midwest and more than 40 years of senior living experience. Cardon & Associates provides residents with the best senior living options and personalized service. Until next time, take good care of each other.